Perfect. Number 10. We are here.
Hello, people. Hello.
Did you ever think we
Welcome.
would make number 10?
No, that took like almost a year to get to number 10, so that's fun.
Yeah. But the people that just started listening, they don't know.
True. That's true.
Well, besides
I,
now you told them.
yeah, I told them. The cat is on.
So we made it to number 10.
Yeah.
I, I thought we could celebrate
Hmm.
about me running through a bunch of topics and then whatever feels sticky to you or whatever you feel, ooh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Now
Then we just hang out there.
my hands are sweaty. I don't like that plan,
This
but
is great. So
we're
I
recording
thought,
now. I guess we're live.
so I was thinking this is a really good idea, and I
Hmm.
was excited to share with you. And then you were not as excited as I was.
Yeah.
And then so I said this is like what we should record. So then I just pushed record and so here we are. This is
Hands
great.
are real sweaty right now, like clammy. But
This
okay,
is
I guess we're
all,
doing it.
all we need is a little bit of food. If we had a plate of food, and then I had some dinner table topics, and we're just chewing the fat. That's all we're doing. Just
Okay. Okay.
chewing the fat. So this little list here will
Brace
just
yourself, kids. Brace yourself.
these are great. This little list is just random topics that throughout just talking to people or things that we read tend to come up. And the way that I write them down may be deciphered differently, but these will be my bullet points. And then I really feel there's going to be some in there, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I have a great story about this. And then Karina's just going to be like dropping bombs. Yeah, you're excited.
I
You're
am
so
so
you are.
excited. So
Okay,
excited.
so here's
Inside.
a bunch of them. You
Uh-huh.
just stop me whenever you're, feeling inspired.
Hmm.
Good. Breathe in through your nose and out. Good. Um, Lifestyle. So these are topics of a lifestyle, not a fad. Do you want me to explain anything on them, or I'm just going to keep? No, I'm just going to keep going. Lifestyle, not a fad. Seasons, seasons of highs and lows. For people that only hear this on the podcast, you should really go onto the YouTube just to see Karina's
Very
nervous face.
uncomfortable.
Nervous face.
Very
Yeah.
uncomfortable right now with this winging it.
Yeah. This is not winging, though. This is just doing things that we're a little uncomfortable with.
Oh yeah.
Um,
What do you mean by lifestyle, not a fad? Like, what does that mean? Like,
what I mean is, so use exercise as an example. So, say if there's a exercise movement that's happening, um, like a franchise of a gym, or say like P90X. Do you remember the original like P90X? And
yeah.
we had actual DVDs and stuff that you would put in. Um, Not necessarily that was a fad, but that like branding of this way of working out. So people say would go through and do that specific thing. And then if they would hear anything bad about P90X, or someone got hurt in P90X,
Like
or
CrossFit.
yeah, or say like CrossFit, anything in that specific thing, then they were just like done. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is hot. This is good. This is how I'm going to get fit. And then anything negative that comes up against that thing, then well, they can't work out,
Hmm.
right? So like, say they're riding a fad, because or like diets, certain diets like Mediterranean diet has South Beach for a long time. Have you ever heard of South Beach diet?
Yeah.
This was a
Yeah. Yeah.
little bit older. Um, Stuff like that.
Get
So you would, or I
yeah.
guess obviously like, I'm not trying to say all of these are fads, but like a paleo diet, um, name
Yeah.
something else.
I guess all of those have a time and place, and I guess they can seen as a getaway drug.
Hmm.
right? Like they start their, like, if that's how you're gonna start your journey, I mean,
Right. So
right?
that part I agree with. Whatever anyone gets started with. But if they get so hung up on the one thing
Oh
that
yeah,
if that's not happening, then they're done.
yeah.
So what I see as far as a life, and I probably didn't explain fad um, awesomely, but whatever's hot now is like what we do, whether it's technically good for you or not, because you're just going to go with the fad.
Mm-hmm.
Same within business. Like if you want to open a fitness business and you just open, say, CrossFit because CrossFit is hot, but you're not really into it or you're not living that lifestyle, it's
Yeah.
gonna it's gonna burn out. So what I think of lifestyle is for fitness, just the overall. So say if you do P90X for this season because you have to be at home and you have kids, or if for whatever reason, I don't even know why I said P90X. Why that's I think just because that's like what I used to do like in the garage back then. And
Uh,
it was just, you know.
yeah.
So whatever you choose to do for this season, just know that a year from now it may change. But if you have the lifestyle of like, I want to at least keep moving, be fit, be healthy, you can live in that way. It's even like with nutrition. If someone starts out on paleo or keto or whatever, and they find something that's not working for them in there, instead of just like stopping and, oh, this is dumb. It's like, well, you if you still want to become healthy, then just find another
Right.
path, another journey.
I feel like it's like fitness and health. It's kind of like relationship, right? Like you, it takes a second for you to find your quote unquote forever person. You don't
Hmm.
marry with the first person that you meet and you make babies and you're done and that's it forever. So I feel like fitness and health and nutrition is a little bit like that. Like there's going to be a bunch of things that you're going to try first, that you're going to be figuring out what it is that you like about that thing or not, that works for you or not. And with that, you're going to be like kind of cutting off the fat and priming your final goal, right? Because that's kind of like how we find our forever person, quote unquote. It's like we try with one person and it's like, yep, I don't really like this thing that this person does. It's really annoying. So the next person that you're going to go for it, you're going to try to have a person that doesn't really do that thing. And it's like, okay, I can live with that, but I cannot live with that. And I feel like the same goes with health and fitness. I feel like the same goes with everything really, but same goes with health and fitness. It's like, yep, like I can't live without carbs. So probably like doing a keto diet or a low carb diet, it's not really gonna work for you. Maybe it's better for you to find something else that's gonna keep on doing. And you try and you balance and you live your life in a balanced way, in such a way that is sustainable for you. Because you're not gonna stop looking for someone as soon as you're like, oh, my first partner didn't work. Fuck it. I'm not gonna do it that anymore. That's dumb. And you're
Hmm.
gonna live forever alone, right? Like you keep on looking. So I feel like if we started doing for ourselves what we do for others, I think it would be overall better.
Yeah, I like that. The also when you become like my age, things that we did and could do in our 20s and get away with,
Yeah,
it's not necessarily going to be good in your 40s.
right.
So some of that has to, like, if I pulled out like my old, say like I had my old workout journal from high school or college or
Yeah,
something like that. It's and if I was fit, whatever
right,
fit was back then, it's not like I could just go back and do that. Like my whole
right,
lifestyle
right.
is obviously completely different.
Just like you would not want to go back to your lifestyle when you were 18 in terms of
Right.
going out and drink and right? Because right now at 8, we're ready to bed. And at 18, at 8, we were waking up from the nap to start getting ready for party.
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah.
all seasons, and like I feel like that's really the quote unquote secret, like seasons of everything. Like we're not. I feel like people see themselves, or we all see ourselves as a picture, right? Like whatever it is that we have in our mind, a static thing that's not going to change, and we expect to have the same body or the same behaviors or the same flexiness or the same stamina as we had on our prime. Like we are a picture, and like life hasn't happened to us, right? Like some of us that didn't have any kids, or don't have bills to pay, or don't have to wake up early in the morning to work and have no time to work out. And when our body or our mind don't really respond in the way that the picture in our head is saying it should, we get frustrated and we pout and we're like, that's dumb. I'm not going to do that again. That's stupid.
Hmm.
Right. And it's like, well, let's just compare the picture to today's picture and see what happened with life, like how the picture progressed through time, and see how you're like, maybe you're even better than what the picture you have in your head, and you considering everything around you.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
continue on your list.
yeah. So I like, so basically for lifestyle, you're choosing direction and a path of what would create kind of like your goal, not necessarily this is the workout that will get me to my goal. But if I want to be this, then I need to live like this way.
Right,
From like waking up to going to bed. We
right.
talked about recovery last time. So that's what I mean by like it's a lifestyle.
It is for sure a lifestyle. And in like all honesty, though it might seem like longer or more complicated to follow through with the lifestyle, it is much easier because the lifestyle is just like little things,
Hmm.
right? Like the tiny little things that you do throughout your day is what dictate your lifestyle. It's not the big things that you do every now and again. And a fad, it's pretty much a big thing every now and again. And it's like, oh, yeah, that did not really move the needle. But the little things, again, just like a relationship, right? Like if you're waking up with the same person every day, big romantic gestures might be cool and make you like excited about it. But really, what makes a difference are the little things that happen throughout your day to day that's like make you fall in love again with that person or not. Those are the things that make really difference. Like the person remind your favorite song and letting it play in the radio, or buying your favorite food on a supermarket, or your favorite chocolate just because they know it would make you happy, right? Like they don't need to buy a car or a trip to whatever. Like those are cool, but those are not sustainable every day. The little things that happen every day, like maybe for dudes putting the toilet thing down, right? Like those are the things that are like, oh, look at him. He remembered that this annoys me. And right. So I feel like those are the real things that move the needle and make you be like, yeah, that is my person. They are worried enough about me to get out of their way and do things that it doesn't matter for them, but they know that matters to me. I feel like the same thing goes for our lives, right? It's the little things that take us forward, like the water, the fruit, the sleeping, the recovery, the making it a lifestyle, making fit your life every day, instead of like today I'm gonna eat 800 calories because I'm on diet and I'm gonna do 3 hours of working out. Yeah, and tomorrow you're gonna be pooped and sleeping the whole day. Like,
Yeah, I like that. One thing that I totally forgot was at the beginning. I was gonna I was gonna test out an intro
oh,
to the fat, to the fat, choo choo
too
choo.
late, too late. Go back to your list. Go back to your list.
You know, like a Saturday Night Live. Do, do, do,
No,
do. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
wrong.
All right. Well,
Erroneous.
we'll talk about that.
That's
Um,
erroneous.
seasons. So I had so lifestyle not a fad. I think you kind of went into it. Seasons of highs and lows.
Oh yeah.
So seasons. Well, anyways, throughout your fitness journey, like, so the scale is an indiscriminate weight, but like we always just kind of talk about it. If someone is going to start living a healthy lifestyle and they have an excess amount of body fat on them, the byproduct is more than likely you're going to shed some body fat. However, there will be times, I guess, even in your fatness, you'll have highs and lows throughout seasons, right? I didn't
For
really
sure.
mean it like that, but um, even if everything is a lifestyle and you commit your life to doing something, you're going to have highs and lows
Yeah, because life.
in it. It just, yes,
Hashtag life.
because life, yes. I think, and obviously, I need, well, any human needs reminders of that. So even like when things are difficult, but you feel like you're doing the right things, whether you technically are or not, your feeling is, well, this is right. You're going to be frustrated without seeing those
Correct.
results. And sometimes really just keep going, or sometimes seek out for help. And in our case, this would be like a coach or
Yeah, for
someone
sure.
who's maybe done it or seen other people go through the same thing.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Uh, Journey, not a destination.
Oh, for sure. The process is the go.
Process is a go.
Yeah, for sure.
Journey
That
back, journey
again,
back.
again. Oh my lord. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess it's kind of like it is the lifestyle thing, right? Like it's always the lifestyle. It's not what's gonna happen at the end. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die.
Yeah,
Sad. Sadly, that's the end of the story. The end of the chapter is, and they died. End.
yeah,
That's it. It doesn't matter if you're healthy, unhealthy, bad, good, an asshole, a good person. At the end of the day, we're all gonna die. On my book, personally, like my personal book, I'm always trying to be the best person that I can be in all ways, like as in my body, health wise, my mind, like what I think it's making my mind growth or feeding my brain, being a good human, and not because I believe in heaven or I don't believe in heaven or God or whatever, just because I feel like that is our that is our mission here, right? Like we are all put in this world to make it a better place, right? Like to live as a community, everyone lifting each other up and building each other up and helping everyone get better, right? And I can only make people help people be better if I am my best, right? Because if I'm not my best, I'm probably not going to be able to help people feel or be their best. So in my book, like to me, that is all that matters. Like feel best, look best in such a way that I feel healthy, and be smart with my brain and such things, so I can help people move their needle. And the like what's happening on the line between A and B, it's what's gonna make the difference. Because once I get to B, that's the end of the chapter. We're done. There's like done. That's it.
hmm
Right? Like
yeah.
close the book, throw it away. Let's change the book.
And then whatever you've done throughout that time, carries on to whoever you were in contact at that time. And you want
Oh,
to have the most like,
for sure.
and I'm the same with that. I would like to have a positive influence on people.
Right.
I feel like I'm the most positive influence when I feel I'm in line with everything, when I feel like I'm hitting on all the marks.
Right.
So I agree with that. But there's also like I have seasons where I feel like I'm spinning my wheels,
Oh yeah.
and it's frustrating to me. And then
It's extra
um,
frustrating. To
Yeah,
me, it's extra frustrating, right?
yeah,
'Cause I'm like, I'm supposed to be the better person, and I'm here spinning my wheels.
yeah. You're supposed to be the one that people look up to. So this would be like my relatable, frustrating part would so when I have those seasons, instead of me reaching out to say like, hey, I need help in this area, I get frustrated because I'm supposed to like well, like when pride would come in or before humility, it would be like, no, I can't, like I'm supposed to be crushing this part. Um so when you said that on making a positive influence on other people, I like truly desire that. And I can also see where I will like hold back or get frustrated when I'm not firing in these areas.
For sure.
And I think that's one big, like being in my 40s and trying to do a couple things. Looking back, if I was to like go back to my 20 and 30-year-old
Yeah.
self, it'd be like, dude,
Move. What are you
yeah,
doing?
like it's not that big of a deal right there. Just keep going, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah. Sure.
Um, so it really is a journey. So you're gonna have
Ups and downs, right?
like ups
Seasons.
and downs. I've definitely done goals and hit goals and things like that, and that's like super fun. But if that one goal, it's a little scary because some people will find their why to achieve a say like a materialistic thing, whether it's body physical or an actual for like say sales, say if they're in business, a sales goal. They like do everything to hit that and they crush it, but then they don't feel like they've completely made it yet, but they can't quite get that next like, okay, what's my next goal?
Mhm.
And then they're like stuck. So they were so focused on the destination that they're like, oh man, once I get there, I'm gonna feel so good.
Right.
And the people that I've seen succeed the most is the people who really enjoy the process or
Right.
like
I remember, I don't know if it was on Ben's Bergeron's book, the Chasing Excellence, or one of his whatever things that he write. But I remember him saying that, um, like those people that like those athletes that are only looking for the podium, like they're like focused, so focused on the podium, and that they want to be number one, number one, number one. And once they get there, when they finally get there, they're like, okay, what now?
yeah,
Right? Like, what do I do? Like, I'm the number. Like, they wasted so much energy and focus trying to only get to number one instead of enjoying the training, making the memories and the partnerships that they make, and like the struggles within training. Like all of that goes unnoticed because they are so focused with the end of it. And when they get to the end of it, it's like, okay, I'm number one. What do I do now? Right? Like, what do I go for?
right.
And then like kind of they lose their the fire because
Yeah.
they got there.
And then it's like it's kind of a scary but you're just out in the
Close
ocean.
the book, close the
You'll
book
say,
and change it, right? Like so
yeah,
sure, I do believe that the process is the goal. Like the journey is the destination. It's not the
yeah,
destination, it is the destination. It's the
yeah.
journey.
This next one I have, I just wrote it down because I didn't really have a definition, but I feel like it comes up a lot and it says just making decisions.
Oh Lord,
So
I suck at that.
I am like,
I can't even decide where to go to lunch.
yeah. Yeah, this one's pretty big because even if, and this is what they say, even if you're making a wrong decision, it's really not wrong, but you made a decision, you go. And if that's not the path, then, oh, you'll find out. Boom, turn, make
Right,
another, go this way. Boom,
right,
go this way.
right.
Um,
When you decided to do nothing, you were making a decision.
yes. So, like for here, so we could have met at a certain time. So just making this schedule.
Yeah.
So then I knew we weren't going to meet until say 2.
Yeah.
So then I had that 1 hour and I made the decision. I like knew what I was going to do. So I was
Right.
going to eat and chill and watch the first event or whatever, however long of the CrossFit game.
Yeah.
I had nothing else. I was like, this is great. But it's when I technically don't have anything to do, but there's a lot to do. And I choose to say, do nothing or I'm going to rest. But your mind keeps going because I haven't made a decision to either do or do not do this stuff.
Yeah. I guess for me, the making the decision, and maybe why I suck so much at it. Like I suck at, because I say that because I rather not making a decision. Like if you leave it to me and you ask, what do you prefer? My answer is going to be whatever works best for you. Right. And
Mhm.
I feel like that's first coming from a place of making the wrong decision. Secondly, from a place of people pleasing. Like I don't want to make the wrong decision for me, but I don't want to make the wrong decision for you and like annoy or disappoint or whatever you. So I rather not make the decision at all and let you annoy me and I have to deal with the annoyance than me annoying you, which is like 100% something that I need to fix and work on it. It's like for sure nothing that's pretty. I like the other day I was reading Brene Brown, and she said that people pleasing is the bright side of manipulation. It's like, yeah, I
Ah,
guess. Yes, right in my face. But I mean, I do, like Vanessa gets annoyed with me all the time. It's like, just pick something. I'm like, I don't know.
I feel that too in situations where I feel if I make a decision, and I'm just kind of making it up anyways, but yeah, like, hey, let's give this a go. And then in my head or in my belly, it's like, this may not be awesome. Things
Right.
may go wrong. And if I say I want to do this, but the other people don't really want to do it, then
Everyone's
when
gonna
things
blame
go
me.
wrong, it's me. Yes.
Right.
Um,
So I rather just be quiet. And if I'm quiet, no one's gonna yell. And I feel like also there's a lot of like childhood stuff that for sure I carry that I don't want to be yelled at. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna give my opinion here. I'm just gonna be quiet. And that way no one's gonna yell at me if I'm right or wrong. It's like awesome, right? Which is not good because I'm not really showing up. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just like choosing not to show up, which is not great. But it's funny because some things I'm very outspoken and like, nope, this is the right way and this is how we're going to do it. But some other things I'm like, I don't know. Let's not do it.
yeah, I relate to that
So
a lot
I
because
don't know.
I was literally going to follow that up with, and then I'm sure there's people in my relationships that they think I just make all the decisions and tell them what to do, and
Yeah,
I'm sure that's true as well.
it's weird.
Uh, but if it comes to like with my wife, I would rather, and I'm not, I'm sure I've like made or I tell her like what we're doing or decisions or something like that. But on average, I would rather um, if we do what she would want to do, that's technically what I want to do, and I know not everything's going to work out, and I feel like I could kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Um, and then I feel like I don't get mad if it like
Yeah.
goes out of whack, or I try not to.
Yes. Yeah.
I would rather me be a little frustrated in that part, which really isn't a big deal because I'll get over it. I don't want to frustrate her if
Yeah.
we go my way and it really is like a whole bad idea.
Yeah. I
I think
rather
I get,
I rather me yelling at myself than other people yelling at myself.
yeah.
And
And I believe that's probably not like the most healthy. I'm
uh,
like, I get it.
yeah.
but I'm just
People
trying to,
pleasing,
yeah.
people pleasing is the brighter side of manipulation, William.
Oh, Jesus,
Just so you know.
dang it. Well, I'll work on that. I'm gonna work on that.
But anyways, yeah, a decision is not for sure
I
something
feel like
that I need to work on for sure.
I feel like I can help other people make decisions faster than I can for myself. I'll just ask them, like, because I'm
Uh,
biased. Like, I don't care. Like, just make a decision.
Asking them, you're not making a decision.
Well, meaning I can help them make their decision easier than I can just like make a decision for myself. And how I go about that is I really just ask them questions. They say, should I do this, whatever. I'm like, well, why would you not? And then they listen and say, why would you? You know, the kind of do's and don'ts,
Yeah.
and just
So
bullet points right there. It's like, well, it sounds like it would be worse for you if you didn't. So go. And
yeah,
to me, it's so easy, so easy, except for when it's me and people will be like, hey, you make the decision. And then I'm like, oh, nuts.
let's
Yeah,
not.
let's not. All right, moving on. Fitness won't always be fun.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
put always in caps because, like,
Isn't that
to
the truth?
use the words always and never is obviously always dumb.
Yeah.
No, not always dumb. But so say we chose to do the lifestyle, want to live a healthy life, and we finally find a fitness program. Whether it's, say you find the exact right program for you, for your body type, for your lifestyle, your schedule, you're in the season, you have it down. You may be stoked and like uh motivated, enthused for say like 1 to 2 weeks or something, but until you have to do like those small boring things within your program that you don't want to do, that's not like fun, right?
Right.
As far as like, hey, let's go play. I
Right.
like to work out, I like to be active, but there's not always like, there was running today in like my workout. I wouldn't say that's like fun, you know? Um,
There was run on my workout yesterday and I changed it to bro. That was fun.
that was fun. So I did think about that today. Um, but it was short. So, anyways, so if I never did that, well, anyways, but it's not always going to be fun.
It is
That's
not
good.
always, even if it's like all the stars are aligned and all of the exercises of the day are something that you really dig and it's awesome and you know that you're gonna crush, you might not just be, you might be sick, your mindset might not be right, you might been fired, you just had a fight with your wife, like life shit
Hmm.
happens.
Yeah.
And even when everything, like, you know, everything is going to be amazing, it might still not be fun because of something like personal that's like going on, like your stomach is hurting, you're hungry, I don't know, like it, I don't think it's like, life is not supposed to always be fun. I don't know why people think that fitness should always be fun or nutrition should always be fun and easy, because
Yeah.
life it's not, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's almost like a obstacle of how bad do you want this, right? How much do
Yeah.
you want to continue on this road, or you're gonna keep on choosing the easy way? And then once you go over that obstacle, it's like, yes, and you have that little internal win. It's like, yes, I really didn't want to do this today, and I just went ahead and did it, and I kind of feel like a rock star right now. And
Yeah.
like that little vote towards, oh, I can do this, and then another day happens and you repeat it and it's like, oh, again, and all of a sudden there's a day that you wake up and you're like, dang it, I really don't want to do this, but I'm just gonna, because I know I can. And you just do it and you don't even think about it, even though the situation is not perfect, even though you need to wake up earlier than usual, even though it's raining and you went out for a run, you just keep going because you know you can, because you stacked so many votes towards that thing that it becomes easy. I know that's kind of like it worked for me on my fitness journey, right? Like I've started not really like pouting, like this is dumb. This is ridiculous. I don't need to work out, but I'm just gonna do it because everyone says it's healthy.
Right.
And people listening to the podcast, I just put healthy in air
In
quotes.
quotes, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would sleep on with my workout clothes just so I wouldn't have any excuse to be, I'm not going to work out, because it's dumb to sleep with your workout clothes, wake up, change and put another clothes, right? Like it's uncomfortable enough. And I created this habit and it's like, oh, okay, I don't need to sleep with my clothes on anymore. I can just sleep with my PJs and change it because now I have the habit of getting out of bed. I miss it when I don't go. I miss the feeling. And then once that was growing, I started like priming and priming and priming. And like almost 10 years later, it's like, yeah, I have cramps. I'm going to work out. I'm with allergies. I'm going to work out. It's going to be fine. I'm just, even if I move for 10, 20 minutes, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy.
There was a season when I had like first started personal training full time. I was definitely, I don't know if the word dogmatic is the thing, but fitness or working out when you came into like the studio, it was not supposed to be fun. So like when people were, and this was just like my mentality on it, is like, we're putting you through a workout, we're putting a demand on your body. Nowhere in any of the whole, as I was presenting anything to you,
You will suffer.
telling you what we're gonna do, I told you this was gonna be difficult. You're not my friend. Like I would just be like, I totally was 100% like, this is gonna be one of the most demanding things you'll do all day. That's it. I don't care if you're like smiling, crying. I would have people cry. And that was, but I like felt it, right? But I'm like 20
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you soccer mom, I don't care what happened today. You're gonna go to I wasn't that bad, but
Moving.
yeah. However, I do remember that feeling of just telling people that I don't care if this is fun or not. Like,
Yeah.
but I believed like I was helping them, right? I wasn't just trying to make them suffer. Like I believed it would help them.
But I feel like that is a good mind in a certain like not completely out there on that spectrum of I don't really care, but I feel like that is in a certain way is a good mindset to at least start getting the habit out of you. Like it's not supposed to be fun. Like
so then I swing to this other side. So now
fun, but it's not supposed to have fun.
Yeah, so now I'm 44 and I feel like I almost use the word fun
every day.
Like too much. They're like, I don't think you understand what the word fun is. Cause I'm like, when people are coming in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And then they go through it and then they like look at me like, you're crazy. So I tried to like have more fun. And even my workouts, like I'll try to pick things that or stuff that I like enjoy. But like today running was part of it. And I just know that I should. I don't like it's gonna benefit me. Nothing hurt. My knees were fine, my back was good.
Right.
As I warmed up, I was kind of like, yeah, nothing really hurts. I can probably run a 400. So I use the word fun is probably not correctly, but I think how some people, so I went from all out, like you are not to have fun in here, to the other extreme where I probably talk about like, just go do something you enjoy, almost a little too flippant. Like, I do want people to get out there because now I understand being older and having kids and job and stuff like that. You do have to enjoy it, but there will be times like it's just gonna suck.
Yes, and you just
yeah.
Because like in reality, when I used to like when I was younger, I used to work at a shoe store. I used to sell shoes.
Ooh, nice.
And I told one of my clients I was selling a high heels for her, and I told her like in the middle of my sales, like, oh, this is like a different comfort line. It's super comfortable, And she stopped me and was like, well, comfortable, it's a pair of Nike shoes. This is not comfortable. And I was like, well, I guess you're right. Like, comfortable and fun, it's staying in bed, watching TV, cuddling with the person you love, eating food, drinking, like those things are fun, right? Like maybe
Hmm.
going out if that's your thing. But in the grand scheme of things, the consequence, it's not fun,
Hmm.
right? Because you get sick, you gain weight, your health decline, like ton of things that are not fun. But when once you get out of the your comfort zone and you improve your eating, you maybe drink a little bit more water, you go to workout and you spend a few minutes to hour working out. This is uncomfortable, but it does not mean that it's not fun,
Yeah.
right? If you look it through the bright view of, okay, the reward of this, the consequence of those actions is me feeling healthier, more confident, stronger. Those things are fun,
Yeah.
right? The consequence of getting uncomfortable during those minutes to hours are fun. Like you feel better about yourself, you feel way more confident, you feel stronger, you see your body changing in such ways that you're like, dang it, I never thought it was able for me to do that. And this feeling is fun.
Yeah.
So that is, I feel like, the part that to me, when I say, oh, this is going to be fun, it's because I am thinking about the consequence of the action and the habit and the skill that those people are creating, instead of thinking about the sweat and the pain and the discomfort that they are gonna endure during a few minutes.
Yeah.
That's, at least to me, like, I think that's how I see it when we say, oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I would say that that's the same. I still have the feeling. So, like when I was telling you about like how I would be with clients,
Yeah.
I think I just mask it. Like with fun, I still know. Like I really don't care if they cry during like a workout, whatever. Um, I'm fine with it. I could sit there and watch you cry. I don't care. Um,
It's
because
horrible.
I know I know what it's doing for you. I know that whatever you're going through at that time feels horrible, but you're in no danger. You're completely safe. I'm not going to make fun of you. Um, and if you can get through that, I think that's fun because I just know you just had a breakthrough, right? But
This is the person crying, not you.
yeah, I ain't crying. Get up. Um,
I'm
but
not
whatever.
feeling anything. Just get up and do it.
I mean, but I felt like that too. I felt horrible and
Dang
yeah.
it.
So, anyways, but that's what I think fun is. But it won't always be fun.
Right.
Okay. Oh, check this out. Schedule your week. Let's put these two. Schedule your week. Schedule your weekend. And how to fit your workout in. Those are three separate things. But I think um, there was this. I saw this one guy that I was reading, and he was talking about scheduling your week. So, say like on Sunday, if you have to go to work, say like 9 to 5, whatever your work schedule is, if like work is you have to be on location, then you just write that down. You write the location of the work. If you have to drive to work, how long does it take to get to work? All the like mandatory things, like if you want to keep your job to
Yeah.
pay for the bills to keep going.
Yeah.
Then from there, the first thing that's not technically mandatory, and he'll go through a list of like peeling back like well, I'll say like Netflix. Obviously, we know that's not like mandatory, but there's like a certain show that people watch every single night or something. But that's not technically mandatory. So before you put any of that stuff in, then you would set an appointment for your workout. Or if they're working with you one on one, they know these times are coming up. That's with your schedule, their schedule. So those people already have like that in their schedule. Like, oh, I'm meeting Karina Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this time. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Then if someone else calls or another appointment comes up, it's not even an option to schedule
Right.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. It's like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Um, so to get ahead of it like that for your workouts, instead of, okay, here's my whole week, let's just see if I can fit some workout in. That's a tricky, slippery slope to
Right.
just like randomly sprinkle it in. Cause I've went like, um, well, it's probably irrelevant to other people not working out, but I've went like days without working out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't worked out for like 4 days,
Right.
just for whatever reason. And it obviously wasn't a priority. Maybe some other stuff did come up, which is fine as well. But I noticed if, say, like on Sunday, you have your week laid out, obviously you're going to be more
Aren't you?
consistent. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like that's why so many people have such a hard time during the weekend. You know, like everyone says,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm super great during the week," but the weekend comes and everything goes out of the toilet. And I feel
Yes.
that is a huge part of it is the lack of structure, because during the week we have work, and that kind of give us like a mandatory structure, because you do have to get up a certain time because you need to go to work. So if you want to work out before you go to work, you need to like have all of those things structured. Or if you want to work out during your lunch break or after it, and then you have lunch dinner with the family, and you have to take the kids to school when it's not summer, and if your kids has stuff in the afternoon like dance class, whatever classes. So it's kind of like there's a ton of like little rules throughout the week that's gonna make you follow through, and it's gonna make you like put certain boundaries of like, okay, you cannot spend the whole day laying down in bed watching TV and eating crap, because you need to be a functioning human. And then when the weekend comes, all of those little barriers of this time you're going to have to work, this time you're going to have to work out, this time the kids are going to have to be at school, all of those little
Hmm.
barriers and obstacles and boundaries, they're gone, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like a free for all. And we kind of get like, oh my goodness, what do I do now? Like I have all of this free time in my hands and no boundaries, no structure. I can do whatever I want. I can eat whenever I want. And it's kind of like we forget that it's like that is the only difference from Saturday to Monday.
Yeah.
Legit the only difference, because the rest is the same day. It's just the
Hmm.
day, right? Like might as well not have the name. If we change Saturday to Monday, the name, it would
Hmm.
still be like a day that we don't work out versus or work versus a day that we work, right?
Correct. Yes.
So then those little boundaries and like rules and obstacles make us be like act like we are teenagers, like, oh my goodness, what do I do now? Like so many options. And it's like, no, it's still the same day. You still have the same options. You still got to work out. If you work out on weekends, you still got to eat healthy. You still got to do stuff with your kids. You still got to wake up and move your butt, because you're not a teenager. Like you're still an adult, and
Hmm.
you got to move and eat like one.
Yeah. I talk mostly, that's why I put schedule the weekend. So even if you are going to do nothing, you just put that in your schedule to do nothing, right? And then you create, so then maybe that's your relaxing
Yeah.
time. If you work out in the morning, um, whatever that is. However, and even in my journey, so say if I'm, getting ready for beach weekend or whatever my next thing is, I know that if I can make it through the first 2 or 3 weekends, I've like kickstarted, because the week is usually just like what you said. Even if
It's
we're
easy.
off a, even if we're off a little bit, everyone's pretty busy, but you can do pretty good during the week. If I can make it through a couple weekends without, doing, 100 wings or ale house or whatever it would be, because it is that part is really fun. So when we have downtime with the family and let's just go out and eat, I
Yeah,
100% agree. It is super fun.
fun for sure.
However, if people are trying to be leaner, you can still make good choices. You just have to know ahead of time. Like, so sometimes, like, if we go out and I'm eating a burger, and then my wife will be like, oh, she'll just have like lean meat and salad or something like, but she already made the decision ahead of time and she'll just tell me. Or she'll ask me, like, hey, um, we can go out to eat tonight. Are you eating? Like, what, how are you eating? And then sometimes I'm like, I don't care. I'll just eat whatever, whenever. Or if I'm logging my food and recording it,
Yeah,
well, we just have that communication where she'll ask, is like, are you recording? Da da da. Where can we go?
ahead.
Um, it really is planning ahead, and I think that for so many people just lose. And I probably all my 20s and 30s, like my weekends were, woo, you know,
All of the weekends, right? Like, and I feel like
yeah.
that is the for sure the lack of structure and planning and preparing for the weekend
Hmm.
makes us feel like, I don't know, I'm just gonna eat and whatever, whenever. And like some people don't even like have food during the weekend because they go out to eat with the family, which I have nothing against it. I mean, you can still go out and have a healthy lifestyle,
Hmm.
but because you don't have food at home, like your stomach, it's not gonna be in your stomach and your brain. It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my partner in a few hours, so I'm just gonna wait to be hungry then and there, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
be hungry when you're hungry, and if you're hungry, you're gonna go to the pantry and you're gonna start eating chips, eating nuts, eating the kids' goldfish, and eat that like. And usually, when we're hungry, we don't really go to carrots and
Let me
broccoli,
get a, yeah. Let me
right?
get a
We
carrot.
usually go to um, crap. So this lack of planning and preparing, like know that you're like it's the weekend, you're still gonna be hungry,
Hmm.
right? So maybe okay, you go out with the kids and your husband during the weekend. Let's have some stuff for you to snack on it, right? Like some fruits, have a good breakfast. I don't know, like plan ahead for sure, like having the mindset of I'm just gonna just because you're planning, like even if you're planning on I'm gonna have McDonald's this weekend, that does not mean that you're not planning because you're gonna make your day like you can have a good breakfast full of protein and veggies, eat McDonald's for lunch, drink a ton of water, hydrate your body, maybe go for a walk with your partner and your kids and your dog, have a healthy dinner. And that McDonald's, even though it's crap, did not make one tiny difference on the big picture of your health and fitness. Instead of thinking, I'm gonna have McDonald's for dinner, so who cares, or for lunch, so who cares about breakfast and dinner? And
Hmm.
then that's when things go downhill because it's like, let's just graze through breakfast, eat McDonald's, like then you end up eating 2, 3 burgers because you're so starving, whatever. Let's just in my belly.
Yeah.
And dinner goes like, oh, I've already fucked up the morning, the whole day. Why not just finish it up with the night? Just let's have whatever.
Yeah.
And that's where things go weird on the
When you,
weekend, I think.
yeah, when you get to the place where even when you have no ice cream in the house and someone's willing to get up, put clothes on, go drive and get some, you know it's a good weekend.
Yeah.
But I think, and I mean, stuff like that is fine too. It's just, if you're on that goal and if you can plan and get through that weekend, I mean, you're like golden.
Yeah.
Um, oh, my last one. I have one more.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Journal, writing goals, or your day's stuff. So journal, writing your goals, or just your everyday stuff. Um, my journaling lately has been mostly, I wouldn't say mostly Whoop journal, you know, but it's been mostly focused on it's really helped me think about, so you get your recovery score the night after or after you sleep, right? So you wake up in the morning, boom, you push wake up, it gives you your recovery score, and then it asks you a bunch of questions, and then at the end you can write. So I
Oh,
write about what I did the day before. It's really made me think a little bit different. Not necessarily. So whenever I write in my paper journal, I'm writing, say, like about current stuff and things that I like want to be, things
fire.
like goals. So future stuff ish. The cool thing that I've been writing about now is kind of like my past. I mean, it was just like yesterday, but like, what were my habits yesterday? What did I do? How did I feel? And then this is like my recovery for today. Was I grumpy, happy? Did the workouts suck? Were they good? Um, that's been pretty cool in this last season of journaling, thinking about basically yesterday, writing about yesterday
Instead of
versus
tomorrow.
just all future stuff. And that affects my future. Like it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So that's been pretty good for me. Well, that's what
Yeah.
I've been doing. Who knows if we don't know, but that's my journey right now. That's what I'm writing.
Yeah. Yes. For me, what I've been doing, what I've been liking to do is I don't journal that way. What I do is on Monday I start a list of the things I want to accomplish through the week. Like no day, unless I have like a set day, like our meet here. So I put it then like Wednesday podcast, and like so unless there is a set date, but otherwise I just put stuff that I want to accomplish in the week, and as the week goes I add it up on that list, and I add up on my little notebook a gratitude for the day, which I've been writing like little mantras for me, which been really, really, really helpful for me. Like I was reading a book by Brene Brown, and she said that having an attitude of gratitude is different than practicing gratitude. And she kind of used like the example of people that use yoga clothes. So like you can use yoga clothes and be like super, and even have a yogi mentality of like love and peace and respect animals and be respectful of other humans. But just because you have this mentality and those kind of behaviors, that does not mean that you can do yoga, right? Like
Oh yeah.
you can do yoga where it counts, it's where it's in the mat. And if someone asks you to go like one of those super difficult poses, you're going to be like, yeah, that's not my jam. I cannot do that, right? Because you don't practice. So, kind of like gratitude goes the same. You can say that you are a grateful person, but you start being grateful as you start practicing the gratitude. So every morning I've been writing like little mantras or just writing things that I'm grateful for in my life, the things like little things, big things. And that for me like took a huge amount of anxiety and overwhelming that I've been feeling before, just like on trying to rush things like professionally, that I felt like I should be doing better or being ahead of the curve or being ahead in the game, that I wasn't happening in the speed that I wished it would. And that was bringing like a huge amount of anxiety to me. So I just started doing that, and that was really, really, really helpful to me. So um, that's what I do on my journaling. I don't write about the future. I don't write about the past. I just write about things that I'm present, grateful for, and just things that I want to accomplish, and just like have that checked off my list. It's fun. So that's what I do. I don't really think there is when it comes to journaling and writing stuff, I don't really think there is a right or wrong type of thing. I think like we're so different, like as humans, we're so different, and some stuff doesn't really work for some of us in such way, but it works for other people in another way. I do believe the writing stuff is very, very powerful because our eyes, like our brains believe things that are written more than the things that we think. So once we see it in the paper, it makes us believe that it's more true than we just imagining and thinking about it. So I do believe that there is like a huge power in writing stuff, but what we do write or what we are comfortable in writing, I feel like that's like that varies a lot from person to person. And I feel like we all always have to try stuff and see what it is that we are comfortable in doing and not doing and what makes us feel good about it, and just like stick with it with a little bit. Because when I started doing the gratitude thing, it was super weird, like, and it felt a little bit uncomfortable. But I was like, well, let's just keep on doing this and see what
And
happens.
you're just by yourself. It's not
Right,
like anyone's even looking, and it still feels weird, right?
right.
You're like, oh, this is
Yes,
embarrassing.
yes, this is a little bit uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
just stick with it and try, like, maybe talk about your past, like you do it, and the things that it worked. And I feel like that is super valuable because then you can be like, oh, okay, yesterday I woke up 5 minutes later than I used to, and that made me real grumpy. I need to not do that again. So it kind of helps you into the future. Also, writing about the future, I feel like it's super helpful because it creates a little bit of like that hopeful and that drive to go and chase stuff. But for some people, that brings a little bit of anxiety of like, what if I can't do it? What if, which I
Hmm.
completely understand. So maybe like don't write about the present, write about the things that you're grateful, write about the things that you want to achieve and change today. It doesn't need to be buy a house, change the world, like maybe go to the UPS, go to Publix, right? Like little tasks
Hmm.
that you need to do through the day, and you just want to check that out of your list, and that is it. So, but I do agree that writing it down and have that thing in front of you, it's super, super valuable.
I think so too. I just think the act of writing, um, it's just a good thing. Even the act of writing as like a lost, everyone
Art.
types everything. You don't take the time to like,
Yeah.
so try to make your handwriting nice. Like that's demanding. Slow
Yeah.
down.
And
Um,
like at the beginning, you kind of feel your hands cramping because you don't do
yes.
the motion for so long. It's like, dang it, my hands are cramping a little bit.
Yeah, it's wild. I
Yes.
definitely agree with that. I've had seasons where I just write in a journal. It's a blank slate and I can just like write. And then there's times where, like right now, when I'm in the morning, I technically need those questions because then I just answer them
Yeah.
and be like, okay, I'm going to answer that. And then I can go through that repetitive
Happy
nature. That's where I'm at. And then maybe I go back into the creative space
for sure.
sometime.
And I feel like there's also something to say to be uncomfortable. I feel like we look too much, we as humans, we look too much to being comfortable.
Hmm.
Like we're always chasing being comfortable. And that's like some of like why some people don't like to work out because it's uncomfortable. You get sweaty, you get huffy and puffy, you get confronted with things that you really suck at that you like years ago you were real good at, and it's kind of disappointing. I feel like there's something to say about being more comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, yes, if you're writing about how good your life is and you're feeling weird about it and you're feeling uncomfortable, you need to write more about that because you do have a good life and you are
Yeah.
privileged and you are lucky to have all the things that you have it around you. So maybe that is something that you need to bring attention to so you can be more grateful for.
Yeah.
Right. So I do believe that's like, oh, you can tell, like, you feel uncomfortable saying you're grateful for yourself, for your brain, for your looks, for your body. Maybe you need to write that down more because you should be grateful for your body, for your looks, for your brain. Like, you might not be like, you being grateful doesn't mean that you are okay with it and you don't want to change.
Hmm.
Right. I'm grateful for my hair. I still dye, like, I color it red.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You can be grateful for something and want to make it better. So I feel like the art of being grateful, building up, like, yes, I'm grateful for my body. I still want to have more muscles, more strength, more confidence in doing certain things. But
Hmm.
where I am, I'm happy. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing things to improve.
Yeah. Be grateful, but not content
Right.
all
Yes.
the time. And then it's really just not hating yourself.
Yes.
And some people have a hard time. I have a hard time. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think hate's a huge word.
Strong word. Yeah.
However, you're just not comfortable if you just don't like yourself so much. It really is hard to say like, "Oh yeah, you're doing great,"
Yes.
or yeah, I don't know. Doing great is a buzzword too. You might not be doing great, but you should be thankful for what you have.
Yes.
That's what
You
I
should,
mean.
you
I
should
get it.
even be grateful for how you're doing. Like, you might not be doing great compared to
Right.
what you envisioned great is, but you're doing great considering everything around you and the conditions that you are and the effort that you're putting. So yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
great, and
Yeah.
aspire to be even greater, right? Like, I feel like we as a society have the habit of motivate ourselves by putting ourselves down, right? Oh,
Hmm.
you're so dumb. You need to study more. Oh, you're so disgusting. You need to lose weight. You're a fat, lazy mofo. You need to go work out, right? We're always breaking ourselves down in order to make us move. And I don't feel like that is the best way to make us move. Because if you tell someone, you're fat, I feel like that's gonna, like, if I hear that from someone, that's not gonna make me wanna lose weight in a healthy way. That's going to make me sad, and I'll probably start doing things that's going to be destructive in order to feel better,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I feel like we do need to, like, by practicing gratitude and be a little bit kinder with ourselves and more compassionate, we can be like, yeah, like, maybe you don't have the body, like, maybe you have a little bit of that belly fat over there that you're not happy about it, but dang it, your body carried 3 kids and you're still here doing stuff, working out, moving your body, doing the best that you can. Like, that is amazing. There are people that cannot even do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's it's kind of like learning to motivate ourselves by building yourselves up. Like, yes, you might not be all the things that you wanted to be, but you are good and you can be better. I feel like that's something to very important that we as humans need to work on.
I like that. That's a good message to end on right there. You
Boom.
are good, but you can be better.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure, without putting yourself down.
Without, yes. Coach K, coach by design, design stronger by design.
Jesus Christ, thank goodness that's we just been talking about that for 10 episodes. um Strong by Design,
There it is.
www. We are Strong by Design. That's our website.
We are strong
Yours,
by design.
we are strongbydesign.com. Yours is United Trainers
Yep.
Association.com.
.com.
You can learn more about fitness stuff by
That's where
going to
anyone can like
course.
reach me to. They can just email there.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Because this dude over here is off grid. He doesn't
I'm
have
off the I'm off the sock man.
Yeah, he doesn't have social media. My social media, Coach K Damiani on Instagram, Karina Damiani on Facebook. If you go on my Instagram, you're gonna find me. That's the best
Yeah.
way to find me. It's on Instagram. That's where I have most fun, and I like it better. Um, Sponsors of the day: Mindful Meals with a
Mindful
10%
meals.
discount for United
For
Trainers Association.
yep, use code word United Trainers Association. You have to be local to the Orlando area. They deliver on Monday, Wednesday. They have from breakfast to regular meals. You can do portion plus, extra protein, lower carb, whatever. And the 10% is just ongoing for however long you do it.
Right. And Modify Health that has low FODMAP. That's if you have any gut sensitivity stuff and you want to have like little more friendly gut foods, and Mediterranean if you're looking to have a lower fat food nutrition. Coach K for $60 on your first 3 orders. And yes, and our usual sponsors that we have no code that we just sponsored because we like, that is Gooder.
Gooder.
Yes, that's
Love them.
love him. Yeah. What else?
I did LaCroix today. I had LaCroix.
Yes. Oh, and the Out Foundation. There you go. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We found a
you
bunch.
leave. Did you go yet?
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yes, we talk about it when we talk about it.
To the
Thank
back,
you all
to the
for
back,
being here, supporting us for 10 episodes. That's like,
to the back.
we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and I hope you have a crushing weekend. And let us know what you think about this crazy episode where Willie had no organization and made me sweat at the first minutes of the
I went through a list.
game.
We talked about it.
Thank you for keeping up with us, y'all. Love you.
See you. Bye bye. See you in 11.